Hey guys, we are going to be doing a lovely pumpkin spice pancake recipe today. Super easy with very easy ingredients that most people have on hand, I think. So I'm just going to do the quick little rundown of what you will need. Any type of sugar, I'm going to use my maple sugar, but any type of sugar is fine. And then baking powder, any type of flour. I use my oats ground up at home, and that's what I use as my flour most of the time. So that's what I'm using for this recipe. And then you're going to need some pumpkin spice and some cinnamon. Any kind of plant-based milk would be fine. This is what I'm using today. And just pure pumpkin. Make sure it's pure pumpkin and not pumpkin pie filling, or else it will be super sweet, and it also has oil in it. So if you're oil-free, then be careful with that as well. Also with dairy-free milks, just be careful because some of the milks do have oil in it. So if you are low in fat, that's something to, make a note of, because unfortunately there's a lot of oils in most of the non-dairy milks. No idea why. But yeah, so anyway, these very simple ingredients to make these awesome pancakes. We can whip them up in no time at all, and we are going to feel all those fall vibes. So I know that, Thanksgiving has passed for us Canadians, and we have Halloween this weekend. And for my American friends, I know you guys haven't even hit Thanksgiving yet because you guys have it later. So we are going to be still bringing in some of these fall-inspired recipes on the channel, and that way we can all enjoy some really cozy and healthy, hearty meals. So I'm just starting with my pumpkin puree, and I'm putting half a cup in here. Okay. And then half a cup of your non-dairy milk of choice. You're going to sprinkle in your cinnamon. And your pumpkin spice. So I'm just going to put a tablespoon of that maple sugar in. If you like yours sweeter, add more. And then I like to just give it a little mix. And then I can go ahead and add my flour and my baking powder. So now I'm going to add my oat flour, 3/4 cup oat flour. And then I am going to add 1 teaspoon of baking powder as well. So I feel like I need a little bit more milk, so I'm going to go ahead and add another tablespoon. So after I combine it well, I am just going to allow it to sit for a minute while I heat up my pan, and I am using a cast iron frying pan. So this is my cast iron pan. It's just cast iron coated, and I'm just going to get it really nice and hot. So hopefully I don't have to use any butter or anything like that because I really don't want to. But let's see how the pan goes, because when it was brand new, yeah, it worked obviously perfect. I didn't need anything, but now it depends on what I'm making. So let's heat it up and find out. Okay, so I like to use one of these, and I just ladle out what I need, or scoop it out, I should say. And then I'm just going to place some on here, and they are going to be kind of thick. And then just kind of spread it out a little. Okay, and then let it do its thing. So I just flipped it. It's looking good. Cook it a little bit on the other side and then grab a little bit more from my batter. And yeah, I just like to use this. I don't know, it's a weird thing that I do, but I scoop up my pancakes just using a measuring cup. And yeah, hopefully they taste really good. So again, with the spices, you're gonna add what you prefer. So if you like a ton of cinnamon, add a ton of cinnamon. I like to go easy on the sugar. That's why I only put a 1 tablespoon of the sugar in there, because I like to put maple syrup on it, and then I will sprinkle extra cinnamon on top when I'm serving it. So that's why. So keep in mind how you're gonna serve it as well, and that way you can cut down on a few calories as well. If you add all the sugar into the batter right now, then you're gonna feel really guilty about putting that syrup on top. So just be mindful of that. So as soon as you see the edges starting to brown up, then you know that it's almost ready to be flipped over. These will be a little bit brown, even they might look a little bit blackened, but it's because of the pumpkin. Also depends on what pan you are using. Just be very mindful and keep checking on them. Make sure that they don't burn. Okay, so we're gonna need the pumpkin puree, and I'm just gonna use leftover from there, some maple syrup, cinnamon, the pumpkin spice, whatever milk you have, and then of course your brewed coffee. And I'm gonna show you how to pull it together to make that pumpkin spice latte. So I'm gonna go ahead and add that coffee. And then I'm going to add some milk. So I'm going to add 1/2 cup of dairy-free milk. And then I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of pumpkin puree. And they're heaping tablespoons. Give it a little mix. And then I'm going to go ahead and add some cinnamon and pumpkin spice. Be quite generous with your pumpkin spice. And then I'm going to go ahead and add my cinnamon. And then I'm going to add a tablespoon of pure maple syrup. If you feel like you need more, you can go ahead and add more. Give that a little mix and let that heat up nicely. So I just tried it, and because my milk is unsweetened, I think I'm going to go ahead and add another tablespoon of maple. Totally depends on how sweet you want yours. And I feel like it needs a little bit more pumpkin spice. So that's just heating up, and then this is totally optional, but if you do have a frother or even a hand frother, I'm going to add a little bit of milk in here and just froth it up. That way I can top my latte with it. But again, that's optional. If you have one, then great, and if not, then don't stress about it. So I'm just going to go ahead and whisk it just in case there's any clumps. And I think it's pretty much heated through now. I'm just going to give it another little bit, and then I will transfer it to my cup. And then I'm going to add some of that frothed milk on top and just sprinkle a little bit of cinnamon for garnish on top of my drink. Okay, now a little bit of cinnamon. And there we go. Again, the foam is optional, or if you have a handheld one, you can do that as well. I just have this one and it's super easy and it heats up on its own. But I just thought, what a comforting drink to have along with my pancakes. And then I am going to be having broccoli as well, because I always eat veggies along with whatever I'm eating. So I'm just going to be having plain broccoli, nothing fancy, but I feel like this meal will keep me full for a long time. I'm going to be feeling all the fall vibes, and yeah, I'm really liking this cup as well. This is a little find from the thrift store, so that was awesome. I got really excited when I saw this cup. It's a little different. I like finding these one-of-a-kind little mugs and cups. I just feel like they're special, and I really like to enjoy stuff like this. Secondhand shops are like my favorite thing ever, and I usually hit them up quite often. So I always have a cup of water all the time. I just keep filling this one and I leave it on the counter. This is like a really old Halloween one that I've had for so long, and as you can see, it's starting to fade, but I think it kind of gives it some character now that it's getting a little bit old and shabby looking. So yeah, that's why I always have my little jack-o'-lantern cup in the background. It's because I'm always sipping on water. And I also have this maple water that I'm going to be trying today as well. I'll let you guys know how that tastes. Yeah, I obviously am, you know, a sucker for weird products in the store. I got it at Loblaws and it's maple water. Okay guys, so that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed both of these recipes. I hope you're inspired to make some more fall-inspired dishes at your house. Thanks again for watching. Thanks for all the support on the channel. I always appreciate all the kind comments and DMs on Instagram. Thank you again to everyone, and I will see you again in the next video. Stay healthy, everyone, and focus on those positive vibes. Take care, everyone. Thanks for watching.